Hello, welcome. This is the 14th day in this month of using my patmcgrath motherships. With the release of PETALMORPHOSIS Mothership 12, I'm not trying to dupe exactly. I'm just trying to get a feel of the color story or what I have in mind, and also at the same time enjoying seeing and playing with products I already have. As of right now, I have no interest in purchasing the new palette. I'm not in a rush to purchase it. It is a permanent palette, so I am okay waiting. Perhaps if I see it in person and swatch the shades, I may have a newfound interest in purchasing it sooner than later. This activity is something that I usually do behind the scenes with my eyeshadows. When I see a new release, or even when I think of a color story, I sit down with all my eyeshadows around me and just have a private swatch party. It's relaxing for me. It's fun. Again, the purpose of this video is not to dupe. It's mainly hang out, swatch, and see what we already have, with PETALMORPHOSIS, the newest Mothership 12, being an inspiration. I have all of my motherships here, Mothership 1 through 10, and I have a photo of PETALMORPHOSIS in front of me. I am recording with natural light. I have a window right here and a window over here, so the light is streaming through those windows. The stand I have has a light as well, but I think what I currently have the natural light in, I prefer, and hopefully it translates better as well on screen. Perhaps at the end I will turn on the artificial lighting to show what the swatches, whatever we come up with, it looks like under artificial lighting. Looking at the Mothership 12 PETALMORPHOSIS, just the palette, the color story, on patmcgrath's website, it looks beautiful. Now, I do think that depending on the lighting, the shades look different, as in the intensity of the shades and the sparkles. But overall, looking at the website, a beautiful palette. I am drawn to the shades Twilight Lilac, that matte shade, Astro Iridescent Iris, Astro Eden Envy, and Blitz Bronze Supernova. But from the videos that I have watched where other content creators swatched this palette, those videos and the swatches made me interested in Blitz Radiant Rhapsody, Astro Sunset Splendor, and Cosmic Fantasies. Although I like the idea of Nocturnal Bloom, it's beautiful. A beautiful, hopefully I describe it correctly, a beautiful deep forest green. I am intimidated by it. The intimidation comes from my thoughts on it's probably very pigmented and it may not blend as well as I would like for it to blend. Those are my two thoughts when I saw that shade. Although Lunar Nectar looks like a shade I will like, it has specks of shimmer in it. Those sequence shadows where it's a matte and then flecks of sparkles are in it, where when you blend it on your lids, the sparkles blend away and you just have the matte left behind. Not all shadows like this perform that way, but that's my initial thought when I saw it, and also heard other content creators describing what type of shadow it is. Divine Dawn, I am bored by. That's just looking at the palette. I don't even remember what it looks like when I watch some videos of others swatching it. One of the reasons I'm bored by it, and it's not that it's not a beautiful shade, it's one of those shades, although it's named Divine Dawn, It takes the place of the Pat McGrath Skin Shown tones that are in all but one of our palettes. There's no skin tone named shade in Decadence. And I think that's one of the reasons I am bored by it, and perhaps that's not doing it justice by saying bored by it. It's more of, it's easily overlooked by me because of my experiences with the palettes that came before Mothership 12. Those placeholder shades, the skin tone shades, they're not the ones that I gravitate towards when I create a look from each of the Mothership palettes. Usually it's an afterthought to use those shades, and I know that although these are Mothership palettes, consumers like me easily think eyeshadow palettes, but I do realize that these are artistry palettes. They can be used on the eyes, they can also be used on the face as an eyeshadow, or in the case of the skin tone shades, as face highlighters. So those are my overall thoughts just looking at the palette. Now when I looked at the swatches on the different skin tones on the Pat McGrath website, the swatches seem much more amplified. I am more curious about the color story. There are more sparkles and metallic properties to some of the shades. There are two mattes, one sequence, the matte with the sparkles in it, and then 7 shimmery shades. The shimmery shades varies in range of their shimmer, either super sparkly or a traditional shimmer with some sparkles running through it. Divine Dawn looks like it has a champagne pink tone to it. Again, I'm not trying to dupe. I'm trying to get a feel in general of potentially what the tones would be using what I already have. This is from Divine Rose 2, Skin Show Rose Opal, this tone. Skin Show Rose Opal. Let's see. I have the light turned on. This does not have that much sparkle. It's a smooth satin shade. Let's see. It's beautiful though. This one is Skin Tone Nude Ecstasy from Utopian Dream. This may have the intensity of Divine Dawn, but does not have that slight, I'll bring it closer, does not have that slight pink hue to it, pink lavender hue to it. The shade Blitz Venus. This is so smooth. From Moonlit Seduction. Oh. I didn't think of this one. This is why I'm excited to do this activity, challenge, swatch party hangout. I think this might be the one. You can see when I turn my arm, there is some pink lavender, that cool tone hue to it here. There is an undertone to it. I think the shade Blitz Venus is my shade for Divine Dawn. Now build it up some more. I think I still have the light on. 1 second. There. A natural light. You can see there's a hue to it, an undertone to it. I turned the light back on, but the lowest setting. This is beautiful. I'm already excited even though we're on the first shade. The next shade is Nocturnal Bloom, which is the matte green. I do not have any matte deep green in any of these motherships, so I will find a placeholder for it, perhaps towards the end when I see the color story that we come up with what we have. The next shade is Twilight Lilac, and I thought about maybe the shade Plum Cabaret in Moonlit Seduction. It's a deeper purple. Oh, I do like this shade though. Extreme Burgundy from Divine Rose 2. I'm looking at Subversive. I do know that Twilight Lilac is a matte, but the creative freedom I have with all these here allows me to come up with what I want instead. Extreme Aubergine from Bronze Seduction. That's beautiful too. Rose Dusk. Rose Dusk from Divine Rose. It's a satin, but I think this may be the one. I'll swatch these. This is Plum Cabaret. It's a matte. And then from Divine Rose 2. Oh, they're all beautiful. They are all beautiful. I'm looking and deciding. I think, what do I think? Nothing. I'm torn between Extreme Aubergine and Rose Dusk. This might be the one to replace. Totally not the same color family, but this might be the one to replace Nocturnal Bloom in my creative make-believe Petalmorphosis color story. I'm going to wipe off everything. I will think on it as we go, but for now I think Rose Dusk from Sublime will be the placeholder for Twilight Lilac. So I have a space here for whatever shade I decide later. The next shade is Astro Iridescent Iris. That I think is a unique shade in the patmcgrath Mothership family. There is the shade Astro Ghost Orchid. It has that purple pink hue to it. It has a larger, it's flaky, drier, larger particles where I can feel it scratchy on my skin. It is beautiful, but it's not quite that tone. Astro Venetian Orchid. This one is from Utopian Dream. Beautiful. Not as scratchy on the skin as Astro Ghost Orchid. Astro Solstice. One of my favorite big shades in the Mothership shade line. This is from Midnight Sun, and also I think we have it, yep, we also have it, and I'm not sure why I'm swatching both, they're exactly the same. We also have it in Divine Rose. I like the sparkle effect of the Astro Solstice. Looking at that Astro Iridescent Iris, I don't have anything like it in the first 10 Motherships. So I think, could I use this one? I could. Just for that uniqueness in my own color story. I could use VR Violet from Subliminal. That's beautiful. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to use in place of Astro Iridescent Iris. If you hear any background noises, there's yard work happening outside. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Look at this. VR Violet. Not quite iridescent iris, but holds its own. It is gorgeous. Yes, that's the one. Next shade is Cosmic Fantasies. That shade was not a standout shade for me when I was looking at Petalmorphosis. This is Night Creature from Subversive, and this is Blood Moon from Decadence. Blood Moon is one of my favorite Pat McGrath shades. There is also Eleganza from Divine Rose 2. I think these are the three. I think, oh man, it's so difficult to choose, but because I'm putting myself through this, but I think I will take Night Creature. We'll do Night Creature from Subversive. It has a shift, a slight green shift to it. You can kind of see it over here. So far, this is what we have. The next shade in the Petalmorphosis Mothership 12 palette is Lunar Nectar. Lunar Nectar is that less desired for some, including myself, matte that has some sparkles in it. And I already have one in mind, a shade in mind that I want for it. I want Naked Blush from Divine Rose 2, but I want to look at my other palettes to see if there's something I'm missing that I would rather have versus that other shade. No. I think this one is the one I want. This is a beautiful shade as an eyeshadow and as a blush. It blends better than it swatches, as in the work I'm putting in it to swatch it. But yep, no regrets. That's the one. There is Rosewood Romantique, the shade here, in Moonlit Seduction, but I think, wipe my finger, but I think Naked Blush, yeah, this one is the one, preferred one, the right one for me right now to add to my fantasy Petalmorphosis. The next shade is Astral Eden Envy. When I saw this palette revealed and I saw that shade, my first thought was Gigabyte. Gigabyte is a unique shade as well in the Mothership family. I don't know why I swatched it on my practice finger in here, but just to show you. I don't know why I did it, since I made up my mind this is the shade that I will use. So I'll go ahead and swatch it. It is a beautiful antique gold. Has some olive to it as well. So Gigabyte. Here we go. My Astral Eden Envy. What do you think so far? I like it. This color story so far. Petalmorphosis. I'm thinking flowers blooming, various shades of flowers. Beautiful. Thinking fairies, dragonfly, fairy wings. The next shade is Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. That is the green. It looks more like a blue green, like an aqua green versus a true hunter green or green green when I think of it. And of course, yoo-hoo, Blitz Emerald. That's the one. Now, again, we are just playing. This is not a dupe video. This is an inspiration swatch party play. I know, kind of taking the fun out of discovering other shades. So I think even though I've made up my mind for this shade, the Blitz Radiant Rhapsody, using Blitz Emerald, and as you can see the shift, that shade in Petalmorphosis has a lot of sparkles in it versus Blitz Emerald, and also it doesn't have the shift, but I like what I have right now. For the sake of discovery and swatching, I still have Gigabyte here, but I think I'm going to swatch Blitz Extreme because of that green yellow shift it has. This is from Utopian Dream. I'm going to swatch VR Sector Terrestrial. This also has a green shift, a stronger green shift than Blitz Extreme. Let's see. I have Midnight Sun here, but I'm intentionally not showing it on video because it's in my Project Panda palette, but there is a green in there. Not quite vibrant, it's more earthy olive green, but still green. Is there another green that I can think of? This Sinful shade in Decadence has some green hue to it, but it's very metallic, but it has some green hue to it. I'll just swatch Blitz Emerald beside them so you can see. For entertainment purposes, we're just hanging out swatching, but this is what we've come up with so far. The 9th shade in the Petalmorphosis palette is Astro Sunset Splendor. That shade with the last one, shade 9 and 10, look like a shade that I would wear every day. They are an everyday shade for me. Astro Sunset Splendor looks like it has a toned down coral orange tone to it. Speaks to the word sunset in its name. That warmth to that shade. And the first shade that came to mind was a shade from Bronze Seduction, Rose Gold 005, the shade. And then off screen, Blood Moon 005 from Midnight Sun. So Rose Gold 005, Bronze Seduction, Blood Moon 005, Midnight Sun. Both beautiful shades. I think I'll go with my original shade that it reminded me of, Rose Gold 005. But I'm going to swatch some other ones. VR Rose Venus from Divine Rose. Oh, I didn't consider this one. I just saw it right now. This one is Bronze Rose, Bronze Rosé 005. Oh, I just saw this. I didn't even think about it. Shows you how much I used that one. And let me see. Sublime. I feel like I'm just swatching all the bronze now. This is from Sublime Bronze 005. Bronze Solaris 005 from Utopian Dream. Oh wow. This is a fun activity for me because I'm saying oh wow only because I didn't know I have these, how many of them I have within my Mothership palettes. And it's because when I create looks and open each palette, my eyes are drawn to certain shades and I neglect the other ones. But Bronze Solaris 005 from Utopian Dream. Do I have anything from... I already did Rose Gold 005. No. And then, oh, for the fun of it, let's do Inferno. It doesn't have that sparkle, but maybe. So those are the tones. Inferno and Rose Gold 005. Just looking at them, seem to be in the same color family. They have different depths, but and also sparkles, but they're all those contenders. But we shall go with the initial choice. Rose Gold 005. I think I'm going to swatch some more. There we go. And then the last shade in the Petalmorphosis palette is Blitz Bronze Supernova. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this arm and cover it in sparkles. Looking at everything, I have an idea of the shade I might use. Oh, wow. Do I really have an idea? I think the Bronze Desire in Utopian Dream might be the shade, but I will swatch the ones I'm thinking could be contenders. This is Guilty Pleasure from Bronze Seduction. I'll go ahead and swatch Bronze Blaze from Bronze Seduction as well. Remove this. Do I have any? Because I want to swatch this shade. It's a beautiful shade. I could add it to it because this is my personal one. My personal Petalmorphosis within other motherships. Bronze Divinity. So what I'm looking for is that bronze but has some sparkle to it, some elevated characteristics to it. I do know that some of these shades in the Petalmorphosis can be found in some of our quints and quads that I have, but I'm just focusing on just the 10 pan Mothership palettes that I have. There is Astro Gold Lust. Now the sparkle. I could combine two shades, you know, for that one. This is beautiful, but does not quite have that depth to that Blitz Bronze Supernova. But that's where layering comes into play. I could apply a deeper bronze or brown shade and then top it with Astro Gold Lust. Is there, I've already done this one. Utopian Dream, Bronze Desire. Has a copper feel to it. It's beautiful though, coppery bronze. And it has some sparkles in it as well. Let's see. It's beautiful. This was my first choice, but we'll keep swatching and see. I don't have anything in Decadence, nothing in Lazarus. I could do Lazarus and then top it with Astral Gold Lust. That is nice. I could also top Bronze Desire. Gives them more of that sparkle. Fill focus. Sublime. I don't really see any tone that I want in its place, but I will swatch Icon. Oh, maybe I've been swatching a lot. Let me try again. It is a smoother, tightly packed satin shimmer. Although it's a, feels like a satin. Nothing in Divine Rose 2. Astro Pink Moon. I haven't swatched this one. It just caught my eyes. Even though it's not the shade I need, I just wanted to swatch it. Astro Pink Moon. It has yellow, champagne, and pink shimmers running through it. It's beautiful. And then Midnight Sun. I do have Bronze Eclipse. Bronze Eclipse from Midnight Sun. Topped with Astro Gold Lust, maybe. Oh, that is beautiful too. Let me turn off this light and see what it looks like. Those are all the shades. But I think my heart is still on. And also this is what this is looking like. With natural light. No artificial light. But I will turn it back on. Bronze Desire was my original and still my final selection. I like that it has that warmth to it. Although the one in Petalmorphosis has neutral leaning tone to it, actual true bronze, this one has some warmth to it, feeding off that the shade in Petalmorphosis, the Astro Sunset Splendor, so kind of a sunset blend here. And this is what we have so far. The Nocturnal Bloom, that deep matte green in Petalmorphosis that we don't have. This was the one I thought about, Extreme Burgundy from Divine Rose 2. But I'm going to also swatch Underworld. It's blue. I could, but I think, oh wow. Now, we're not trying to dupe. We're just playing. It's loosely based on the Petalmorphosis palette. But that creative freedom, I could put this Underworld there, or I'm leaning towards Extreme Burgundy. This does not swatch well, but it's a beautiful, rich tone. Extreme Burgundy also feels like what I think Nocturnal Bloom will feel like. How does that look? This is our color story. Our Mothership 1 through 10, Shop My Stash, loosely based on the Mothership 12, Petalmorphosis. It's beautiful. I may remove Extreme Burgundy and add Underworld and see how that looks. And then I'll turn off this light and show you with just natural sun streaming through the window lighting. I removed Extreme Burgundy and swatched Underworld so you can see what it looks like with this color story. I think I prefer the original Extreme Burgundy, but this is also an option. Imagine pairing these two, Underworld and Blitz Emerald, for that dark smoky blue, green, purple look. And then top in the shade VR Violet from Subliminal on top of it. Ooh. And then Blitz Venus in the anal corner. That might be a look. Yeah. Love this. Thank you all for hanging out with me while I play with my Mothership palettes and coming up with a color story that very, very loosely inspired by PETALMORPHOSIS. Again, not a dupe video, just hanging out and swatching shades that we already have that gives us a feel of what PETALMORPHOSIS could be like for someone that's never owned the palette or even swatched it, seen it in person. This is it. Thank you again for being here. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and while you're here, if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.